But it's Friday night. Welcome, y'all. Shauna, yeah, the vertical stream is up now. You head over there, or you can stay there. I hope you all had a great Friday. I hope you all got a great weekend planned. Everybody in the luxury lounge, welcome y'all. That's the horizontal feed for all of y'all in the vertical feed. Welcome to everybody in the vertical feed. Thank you, Carlos. Good to see you. Vicky, good to see you. Lee, good to see you. Maya, you have to miss me. I'm here. Kelly Quinn, great to see you. Renata, Karen Stroud, good to see y'all. Shauna, great to see you. I switched out the A string. It was unraveling last night. Carlos. I am on the neck pickup right now. Check it out. I'm going to switch into second gear now. This might be third gear. Shauna, I just did a pinch harmonics by mistake, right? I've been waiting to like accidentally do a pinch harmonics. I didn't know what that was. I just learned that. And I nailed that one, right? I was like right in the middle of just in the middle. That's great. Every time I do that, it's a mistake. And that was the first time I could really shout out the I try not to do that too much more. Kelly Quinn, Karen Stroud, Carlos, N. Storman, welcome. Jeff Terry, everybody over there in the luxury lounge. That's good to see you guys there. I hope you're comfy. VIP room. And everybody over in the horizontals, in the vertical feed. You guys are just in the plain old super duper room. Angel, how are you? It's lovely to see you, Angel. Maya. Tibby, welcome. Carlos, how's it going out there so far? Shauna. I hear you, Sean. Don't worry. Attendance is not mandatory, Shauna. You can just zip in and out. I'm not offended in any way. Oh, if this is your first time with us, I'd love it if you'd hit like, hit subscribe. We're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but we're not here Tuesday because there's no Blues Tuesday at the GuitarGuyATX channel. But every other night we start 9 o'clock Central US time. And we end about 11:30. Plus about a little bit. It's really good to see you all. Friday night. I love it. I don't know why, but I'm quite excited. I guess I'm excited because I get to do this. I get to see you guys. I'm hoping you'll have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Angel, it's good to see you. Shauna. Maya. Everybody else in there. Uh-oh. Beaver Dam. Canada. I do like Brian Setzler. Stray Cat's fantastic. Of course. I do like an awful lot of different kinds of guitar music. Humblebee, of course, I did not write a 12-bar chord progression. This is the blues I'm playing. This is a blues structure generally. And there's a bunch of different, there's not just 12-bar blues, there's a bunch of different structures, like rhythm changes and various, different sort of formats. I'm playing the pentatonic scale, I guess. Me and Shauna talk about that a lot. I think more Mixolydian scale when I'm playing over this, which would be a flat 7 major scale. But you'd also just exactly think minor pentatonic, adding 2 or 3 notes, and it'd be the same thing. So you can have a different approach, but get to the same thing. But that does remind me that I need to say, and I hope that YouTube is listening, as always, that everything we're doing tonight is I'm playing over loops that I have made myself. There is no copyright content here. I'm not playing anybody else's material at any point. I go out of my way to try and not use other people's phrasing. The loops that I'm playing over are loops that I've made, and they consist of traditional blues rhythms, patterns, and that's about it. always good to see you. Carlos, Shauna. I'm having a lot of fun tonight. Beaver Dam, how are you doing? David Williams, you settling into the luxury lounge over there? Maybe that, man. It's good to hear that. Welcome. All of y'all welcome. If any of you playing along, B flat is the key. Slip, good to see you, brother. Over there in the luxury lounge. Karen Stroud, how are ya? David McWilliams, I'm so happy to see you. Jack Abram. That's good. I'm glad you got an A harp. That's perfect for this. I often tell people if they had an A harp and a D harp, they'd be able to play along to most of my stuff. Crusted Joint, welcome. Megan T, welcome. Carlos, thank you. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you hit like, hit subscribe. Come back and visit us some more. We're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 9 o'clock Central US time. We ain't here Tuesday. Ain't no Blues Tuesday. Every other night. And we end up about 11:30 or 12. We end about 11:30 on the vertical stream, and we got generally hang out for another song or two over on the luxury lounge feed. Sure, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm very grateful. Thank you. That's right, Angel. Ain't no blues on Tuesday. The GuitarGuyATX channel, I'm afraid. You gotta don't get the blues on Tuesday. Just don't get blue on Tuesday. You gotta be happy on Tuesday. Kinda like it if you was happy every day of the week. Alexander, welcome. Carlos Antonio Flores, welcome. David Schmalz, welcome. Thank you. And over in the luxury lounge, hope you guys it looks like you guys are having fun. If any of you guys in the vertical feed haven't tried out the horizontal feed, please feel free to. You just back out, head to the GuitarGuyATX channel, GuitarGuyATX channel. You'll see it right there, right beside this feed. It's just wider. You can see from here to here, actually further. And I think it sounds just a little bit better. I don't know. But either way, I'm glad you guys are here. Noah Ormond, welcome. David, Jack, Carlos, Kelly Quinn, Karen Stroud. Glad you're all here. If you're playing along with me on the key of A, if you were playing harp with me, you probably have a D harp out right now. You are, Karen? Oh, maybe you're not. Come on, Taylor, how you doing? Hope you're well, young man. It's good to see you. Angel. Yeah, didn't he say, didn't Bill say he was gonna be gone for like 3 weeks? That was about a week ago, right? I thought he said he was gonna be gone for quite a while, like 3 weeks. You did? Nice, Cohen. That's awesome. A long time for sure, Angel. Mama Shredder, how you doing? And Van 7. Well, stick around. I got plenty of guitar face. Plenty to go around. Coming Taylor, I'm 55 years old, brother. Not for too much longer, unfortunately, because I have really enjoyed being able to say 55. It's just a good, it rolls off your tongue. 55. Soon it's going to be 56. That's pretty good too. Miguel Corleone, welcome. Kelly Quinn, Dave McWilliams over and Karen Stroud over in the luxury lounge. If you guys are new, I'd love it if you would, it's in October, Mama Shredder. If you guys are new here, please check out the vertical stream. It's a lot wider. You see further than that. If this is your first time here, I'd love it if you hit double tap that screen, and also hit subscribe. Hang out with us more. We play blues 6 nights a week: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and Monday. No Tuesday. Ah, Mama Shredder. I will tell you and Brody, but I won't put it out like for everybody to know. That's like, you know, dangerous. I guess you're right. October the 20th. We'll have a party. And even if it's on a Tuesday, there will be blues. Chuck Ruby, welcome. Yeah, no matter what, we'll have party. Karen Stroud, Carlos, Chuck, Kelly Quinn, Luxury Lounge. Stay cool. That's right, Carlos. Ain't no blues on Tuesday at the GuitarGuyATX channel. Good guitars, thank you. Jack Abram. Hey, Angel. Good night. Angel, sleep well. Give yourself a little bit of grace. Be nice to yourself. Give yourself that grace you might give to other people. Thank you. If you're playing along with me, get your D harp out. If you're playing harp, you're playing guitar, slide on down to A. Come on, Taylor, good night. Jack Abram, good night, brother. Both of you guys, sleep well. Thank you for being here. Silvestre Espinoza, welcome. Southwest 77, two-step away, brother. step, step, quick step. Hunter, I'm actually in my house. And if you're a fellow ATX guy, I'm pretty darn close to Evangeline Cafe. It's my easy way to let people around here know where I'm at. Hey, Joey the Roach. Hey, stay online, stay a little longer, brother. Yeah, I'm pretty darn close. I could certainly walk there if I could walk that far. Anybody else could walk there. CJK Motors, welcome. Yo, Hannon, how's it going, bro? Mad King. Carlos Antonio Flores, welcome. Carlos Casanova, Carlos, how's it going out there, bro? Got ice, everything good behind the bar there? You mean a chicken scratch, Johan? Hunter, I don't get to get out much anymore, brother. If you do catch me live, probably be at a jam. I got diagnosed with MS 15 years ago, 16 years ago. What you see right now is the only thing I can still do worth a darn. Like I walk around like a baby giraffe. I fall over. Fell over at a gig once. It was kind of like, yeah, it's probably the end of this. And I am so lucky. I get to do this. It fills a huge hole for me. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I'm so lucky. I'm so grateful. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's about the only thing. This little window you see here makes me look a little bit more together than I am a lot of the time. And thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Hunter, thank you. That's well put. Hunter said, we all have a window like that. I believe that's probably true. A lot of times we get caught up too much in our own little window and we don't realize that everybody has a similar window. Wong, welcome. Wong, I actually don't play any copyright material. I only play to loops that I've made from scratch. I don't play any copyright. It's not easy sometimes, but I figured out how to do it. And Songs of Swings is very copyrighted, and what a great song. Danilo, welcome. That was stupid. That was another. Those of you who've been here for a while know that when I catch myself playing something just dumb, mostly I own up to it. And that right there, that whole, that was goofy. I take that back. Pretend you didn't hear that. Unhear that. And I'm gonna play some other stuff without doing that goofy bit. Hey, you guys want to know something kind of funny? That lick I just played right there, that was the first lick that I recorded that was like me in 1998. That turnaround there. It's a long time ago. But I was so excited because we released our record and we got on the blues charts. It was CD time. Yeah, there you go. And we were so excited. It was on the charts. Now I think we got pretty high up in the blues charts, which meant we sold about 75 or 100 records. Yeah. But the thing I was so excited about was that one of my friends, who was a music teacher, came to me and said, "Hey Dave, my student brought me your record and wanted me to teach him that lick." And that was that made me feel warm and fuzzy all over. Yeah, Southwest, a long time ago. You'd be hard pressed to find that. But it was called Josh Davis and English Dave. Top Cat Records. That's who released that. Now it's after 8 tracks. It was like a CD. Hanging on the wall over there. Frank. Welcome, Frank. Southwest 77. Karen Stroud. write that. I was like, oh man. I played it to my buddy Josh, and he was like, yeah, that's pretty good. It sounds a little bit like this and a little bit like that. And I went, that's what your buddies do when you play the lick you thought you just wrote. You're like, that's what pushes you to make better licks. Andy Ramon, welcome. Glad you found us. Frank, welcome. Boyd. Next Hurdle. That's a great name. I like that. That's great. Ye-Rock. Welcome, brother. Next Hurdle. I do not mind you asking at all, brother. In fact, I love talking about guitars and everything associated with them. I am using right now a UA Audio Lion. You know that pedal amp? Marshall. Made by UA Audio, the Lion. And I'm only plugged into that. Well, I've got a tuner plugged in. I'm plugged into a tuner and then straight into that, and then into my mixing board. And the mixing board feeds both the feeds that are going right now. I really like this like technology. I've been to the point that I couldn't carry around big heavy amps. I carried around heavy tube amps my whole life. I carried around a super reverb. For all of you who don't know, a super reverb is a Fender amp. It weighs about 65 pounds. And it's just about as high as your waist. Well, now my amp weighs half a pound. I love it. It only does this. It doesn't, Next Hurdle, it doesn't do like it'll do anything that a Marshall super lead or a Marshall bass, a super bass will do. But it doesn't do anything else. But it does that really good. Turtle, I forgot to tell you something. I have another pedal in the link. I didn't mean to not tell you. I have a reverb pedal after the UA Audio line, like a plate reverb. Here, I'll show you, with and without. This is with it. And without it. That's with no reverb. That's with reverb. Yeah, I use very little though, so you can tell. Like, there's not that much difference. You know, the first, this is like live show number, I don't know, 215 or 10 or 15 this year. And about the first 30 shows, my reverb was a microphone at the far end of this room, pointed the other way. And it worked pretty good. But this works better. And this is a lot easier to change. That's a good one. That's another one. I'm going to call that out. I like totally missed the fret I was heading for by a whole step. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I fixed it. It's the good night song. Which means it's the song that I play when I sing. Well, I play when I say good night. Which means it's that time of the night. But I'll be back tomorrow. If you're new, I would just love it if you would hit like. Double click that screen. Hit subscribe even. That'll be wonderful. We're here 6 nights a week. We're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. No Tuesday. Every other night. I hope you hang out with us more. And if you're ready for a little more rocking when we're done here, you can actually go over to the horizontal feed for the after party. Not much of a party, kind of get together, play some more music and chat in a wider view. So feel free to head over there. Next Turtle, thank you so much. Mad King, all of y'all, thank you. thank you. I'm gonna play just a little bit more, and then we'll say goodnight to everyone. Pure cane sugar cola. I like this stuff. It's good stuff. And it's come to the end of that night. It is time that you can't stay here. Don't have to go home. But you can't stay here. Carlos, flick them lights on. Carry all the empties out back loudly. Those big plastic trash cans, you know. Maybe some of you ain't been around the bar at closing time, so you don't know, but generally they turn on the lights. Make it real bright in there, and I'll tell you what. When you've been hanging out in a bar for a while and they turn the lights on, it is suddenly not the same experience at all. You know, suddenly everything looks a lot dirtier. Maybe the floors are like, you know, carpet's all dirty, everything, you know. While you turn the lights on, it's never. But we did that. If you haven't already hit like I'd love it if you would. Jasmine, hey. Double click that screen. Tap, tap. Please. And maybe even subscribe. If you want to hang out with us more, we're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We ain't here Tuesday. Ain't no Blues Tuesday at the Guitar Guy ATX channel, but every other night. We start at 9 o'clock Central, and about now. And when I'm done right here, if you want just a little bit more Guitar Guy ATX, you can just go to the horizontal feed, which is right beside this feed on the Guitar Guy ATX channel. Goody Guitars is over there, Kelly Quinn's over there, Carlos is over there as well, because he's well, I guess he's everywhere. Kelly Quinn's over there, Karen Stroud, Carlos, Goody Guitars, yeah, that's who I see right now. Oh, David McWilliams there too. So listen, look after yourselves. Till tomorrow, 21 hours from now, we start again. You can hang out. You can be here with us. I hope you will be. But until then, look after yourselves. Look after your friends, look after your family, and look after your neighbors. I hope everybody automatically remembers to look after their family. Boy, I hope they do. That might be a little redundant saying that, but anyway, I say it. Look after your friends, family, and your neighbors. It's a crazy world out there, and I'm sorry. If you can spread a little bit of joy, a little bit of love, you might feel just a little bit better. Maybe get out of your way and be kind to your neighbor. I don't know. Most of all, though, I really hope you guys will be good to yourselves. Be nice to yourselves. Don't beat yourselves up. If you're worried, put that worry in a box. Worrying don't help nobody. Let that, there's a time to think about things and get stuff done, but worrying is just a waste of time. Put that in a box. Put it somewhere else until you need to think about it and deal with it. And then sleep well. And give yourselves that grace you might give somebody else. Be nice to yourselves. Thank you so much. I'm having such a blast. I can't believe it. Every single night, I'm excited to come play. It's wonderful. It's so awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't really feel I can express how much gratitude I feel to you guys. I try it. I don't think I get it out anyway. But thank you. I appreciate you. Moderators, Carlos, Shauna, Goody Guitars, Chuck, y'all, thank you. Family, that means you've been here more than once. Family, thank you. And everybody who's new here, thank you. love you guys. You guys are my friends. Be nice to my friends. Good night, Carlos. Good night, Beatbox. Good night, Carla. Good night, Rook. Pardo. I know I'm not saying that right. I'm sorry. Roke. Good night, Carla Swinson. Good night, Southwest 77. Good night, Greg. Good night, Donnie. Greg, 9.5s. And I like them. I gotta say, I prefer 10s. If I could make 10s work, if I could make flatwounds 10s work, I would do it. And maybe with a couple more truss rod adjustments, that might happen. I don't know. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Good night. Vertical stream. If you want a little bit more, head over to the horizontal stream. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 21 hours from now. Look after yourselves. Be nice to yourself. Sleep well. Put those worries aside. And thank you. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Good night. I'll see you in the luxury lounge if you want to go to the horizontal stream. The rest of you guys, thank you so much. Thank you and good night. I love you guys. Thank you. Boyd, thank you. Chuck, Kia Haberlin, Karen Stroud, Kelly Quinn, David Williams. Thank you guys. Great to see you. Great to see you at the Luxury Lounge after hours. Good night. Shauna, how you doing? I did that pinch harmonics. You saw that? I did it and I noticed it. And I called it out. Oh, I don't think that was right, Shauna. It said, yeah, I don't think that was right. I just closed it and it said it was good. It was like 13,000 people watched that. 13,500 or something people watched that, which is amazing to me. But I don't think there were 4,500 at the time. That'd be awesome. I can dream. I do wish I'd be epic. We need a bigger lounge, bigger parking lot. A lot of times, like when I end the stream, oh, that's very cool. Well, like when I end the stream, it does. It's weird. It's like for an hour or so, it says like 4,000 and then like 9. It takes it like a whole, I don't know, 24, 36 hours to figure out what happened in a live stream. I had a lot of fun tonight. That was great. Thank you guys. so much. There is nothing that a guitarist could tell me that would make me feel better than saying that I changed your playing, as long as it's for the better. And sometimes maybe it's not. Listen, guys, I'm gonna go warm up some queso. Yeah, I got some queso, some chips. Quite excited. Now, Sean, I tried to nap. I laid down for 30 minutes. The nap didn't happen. You know how that is. Nap did not happen. Guys, thank you. Slip, you have a great weekend. All of you guys have a great weekend. So, thank you guys. 21 hours from now, I'll be back. I hope to see all of you who want to be there. Thank you guys. Especially thank you guys. Be good to yourselves. Chuck Ruby, thank you. Kelly Quinn, thank you. Good night. Shauna, thank you. Shauna, thank you and good night. David McWilliams, thank you and good night. Oh, David McWilliams, thank you for saying that. Oh man, thank you for saying that. Nothing makes me happier than thinking that I might have turned somebody on to blues. Nothing. Well, maybe Shauna saying that I changed her guitar playing, it's equal, but thank you guys. Hey, David McWilliams, have you listened to B.B. King yet? Listen to some B.B. King and some Freddie King when you get a chance. And good night. Kelly Quinn, good night. David McWilliams, 5 pictures of sparkles there. Good night and thank you. Shauna, thank you so much. I mean, really, honestly, that makes me feel like everything's worth it. Thank you. Thank you. Southwest 77. Good night. Oh, nice. Oh, David, you can just look on YouTube. Type in B.B. King, type in Freddie King. You will. Oh, it's endless. It's wonderful. Maybe also, maybe you might want Albert Collins, Frosty. That's a good one. Oh wow, yeah. There's so much great blues music. That's fantastic. Well, Sean, I will answer any of your questions. I'm just not much of a teacher. I never thought about teaching guitar. I'm just trying not to fall off the guitar. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I know there's a lot of good guitar teachers out there. I'm just a goofball. I'll tell you everything I do. It's just, you know, it's just Mixolydian. And actually, tonight, you know, I was thinking about that conversation we had. And David McWilliams. That's funny. Oh yeah. You know, I said I always think Mixolydian, but I thought about it more, and I think more major with a flat 7 as I'm playing. I would say, that's what I think. I think more about major, and when I'm playing, I keep trying to think, what do you want the sound from the 7th to be? Like a little dissonant, or right in the pocket, or what? But I'm thinking more in terms of a major, but thinking about flat 7. You think so? I've never played with fuzz and distortion. This is actually about the most distorted I ever played. Most of my life I played through a super reverb on about 3, because that was as loud as I could turn it up. It was peeling paint already. Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is that instead of thinking separately of the Mixolydian scale over a 7th chord, more what I'm thinking actually is I'm thinking major, but I'm keeping in mind flat 7. Major 7 is going to sound a little bit dissonant, so do the flat 7 unless you want the dissonance. So, you know what I'm saying? It's Mixolydian I'm playing over a 7th chord. But I think when I'm playing, I'm thinking major and trying to make sure that I keep in my mind, you know, the flat 7. Yeah, dominant 7, that's what it's called too. But, you know, the dominant 7 would just be just the major 7th flatted, which, of course, is the scale that 7 chords are built off in most of the chords we do. Our 7th chords. No, Chuck, you're missing the point. It's a major scale with a flat 7th is a Mixolydian scale. And the major 7th chord is one thing, but a 7th chord is a dominant 7th, but a dominant 7th is a major. Like, what makes something major or minor is this first interval, Chuck. Major, minor. And this. These 3 notes here. Those are the, you know. Goofball. Well, I sure like being a goofball on the guitar. No, but Shauna, so like I say, I'm playing the Mixolydian scale, but I think I'm making it more complex. I am literally thinking more in sense of major, but oh no, I can't play the major. I got to play major with flat 7. Keep that flat 7 with flat 7, flat 7. Oops, I played the major there, but I do like that sound. Oh, let's do it again. That's kind of generally what I'm thinking. Okay. I'm gonna go make some queso. I'm hungry and tired. Thank you guys so much. Chuck, thank you. Chuck, I started trying to figure out how to do that Steve Wicks and y'all's Goodnight song at the end of my feed, and I'm still working it out. Might need to have another like device and then Bluetooth it to my mixer, and then I can drop that feed in at the end. I'm working it out. Sad. Thank you guys. Thank you guys, and good night. I love you guys. Good night, Carlos. Good night, David. Good night, Shauna. Good night, Kelly Quinn. Good night, Chuck. I think that's everybody here. I hope so. But good night, y'all. Good night, and thank you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I am so lucky. I'm so lucky. Thank you. Good night, y'all. Take care of yourselves. Give yourselves that grace I talk about. Grace you might give somebody else. Sleep tight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, and thank you. Hey, Boyd, good night. Kelly, good night. All of you guys, good night. Thank you. I'll see you 21 hours from now. I appreciate y'all. Good night.